Most people still struggle to generate realistic AI videos like these. Every single one of these clips was generated in under 10 minutes using AI, and it honestly scares me how realistic they look. But still, most people have no idea how this is actually done. They're still prompting the AI like they're just talking to a friend. They describe whatever they're thinking about, or ask ChatGPT to write the prompt for them, which is exactly why they're still getting average results. Because the truth is that the best AI videos are not created using some complicated prompt where you describe everything in your head. Instead, you need to write simple and intentional prompts that the AI can actually process and understand. So in this video, I'm going to share the exact 6 prompts that you can use to consistently generate AI videos like these in a matter of minutes. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to create your first realistic AI video from scratch, even if you've never generated an AI video before. So let's get into it. For this video, we'll be using higgsfield AI. It's an all-in-one AI platform I like to use because it has all the newest image and video generation models all in one place. So if you want to follow along, just click the first link in the description. The first prompt of this video is the camera prompts. If you've ever generated an AI video that looks decent but still doesn't feel very realistic, most people just assume that the prompt is bad or the AI model is outdated. But that's rarely the case. The real problem almost always comes down to the camera angles, because it's not just about what you're seeing, but also about how you're observing it. Think of it this way: Hollywood production studios spend millions of dollars and countless hours just trying to get the perfect camera angles for their films. And higgsfield AI has made that control accessible to anyone using it. Thankfully, inside higgsfield Cinema Studio 3, there are over 20 different camera motion presets that you can use for your AI videos, with each one completely changing the way your AI video feels. So let me show you some examples of what each one actually looks like. The first one is pretty basic. It's the static camera. As the name suggests, this has no camera movements at all, which makes it really effective for moments where you just want the viewer to focus entirely on the scene without any distractions. We just need to paste in our reference image as the starting frame, type in our prompt, scroll to camera movements, select static, and hit generate. As you can see, the camera stays completely still, focusing purely on the scene. Static cameras are really useful, but it's nothing compared to some of the examples coming up. Once you start adding other camera movements, that's when your videos really start to feel cinematic. The next two I want to show you are zoom in and zoom out. I'm using the exact same reference image and prompt that we used for the static shot, so you can clearly see how much of a difference the camera motions really make. Zoom in is really effective for when you want to build tension in your clips, and zoom out works really well for endings or when you're transitioning to a different clip. Both work great for creating controlled cinematic moments. But what if you want your video to feel more raw and realistic, like it was actually filmed by a real person? That's where handheld camera comes in. With handheld, the camera moves naturally, just like a real person holding it. Look at this. You can see how the camera slightly shakes as the travelers move through the dense forest, making the entire clip feel much more natural and realistic. It's perfect for scenes where you want the viewer to feel immersed in your video, as if they're actually a part of the scene. The next one is dolly in. This is similar to zoom in, but the difference is that the camera actually follows the movement of the character. So if your character moves up and down or tilts to the side, the camera moves with them, keeping them perfectly in frame the entire time. Here's what it looks like in action. You can see how the camera naturally follows the movements of the traveler, and honestly, the quality of that video is insane. The lighting and details look so realistic that I would have never guessed that this was generated by AI. In higgsfield Cinema Studio, there are tons of other camera presets available depending on what your video needs. Here are a few more examples. And if you want to take it up another level, you can even use the multi-shot feature in Cinema Studio to combine multiple camera movements in a single clip. I'll explain this feature in detail later in this video with examples. That's what camera prompts do. They basically help you move your camera in a way that works best for your specific scene. But here's the thing, camera prompts only cover what happens during a scene, not in between scenes, which is exactly where transition prompts come into play. Here's where most people struggle. Generating a single good AI clip is one thing, but actually connecting 2 clips together so that they transition properly is a completely different skill. And this is honestly where most beginners get stuck. They generate great individual clips, but the moment they try to put them together, the transition just doesn't look right. Because previously, if you wanted to generate transitional clips, you had to manually describe the entire transition along with the starting and ending clips, and the results were really inconsistent. It took so many attempts just to get a decent result, but higgsfield has completely solved this problem. Inside higgsfield, there's a dedicated transition feature built right into the platform with over 20 different presets for transitioning. So instead of figuring everything out manually, we just paste in our 2 clips, select the transition preset we want, and higgsfield generates the transition itself. Let me show you how this works. So I'm going to be using the same forest clips that we generated previously in this video. I'll paste this video as the starting frame and this one as the end frame. Select the seamless transition preset and just hit generate. Notice how the characters and all the details stay consistent throughout the video. Generating a transition like this would have taken you multiple attempts if you tried it manually. Now let's try a different transition, but this time let's use some images as reference instead of videos. We'll select the fire lava transition this time, just hit generate and look at the result. The characters stay consistent, there's no morphing, and more importantly, the video just looks stunning. Videos like these go viral all the time on social media, and now you understand exactly how they're made. And the best part is that higgsfield is constantly adding new transition presets, so we always have a wide variety to choose from. We can also make transitions manually through prompting as well. It's a bit more complicated, and our prompts really need to be on point to get a good result. But don't worry, I'm going to be giving you my exact strategy for creating transitions manually so you can pull this off yourself. So basically, there are 3 elements to this entire process. The first is storyboarding. Before we generate anything, we need to have a clear idea of what our transition is going to look like from start to finish. For this example, we tried to keep it as simple as possible. A desert sandstorm transforming into a cold blizzard on a mountain. That was the whole idea. The second part is finding your shared element. This is the most important part. You need to find one object that exists in both scenes that the viewer's eye can naturally follow. I picked a traveler struggling to walk through each environment for this example, and this can honestly be anything. A ball rolling from one scene into another, or even a door opening into a different world. As long as it looks realistic in both scenes, it can work. And the third part is actually generating your clips. For this video, I decided to break it down into 2 separate clips, rather than trying to do everything in one, because the results are significantly more consistent and you have much more control. So let's start by generating our reference images. We'll need a starting and ending frame for each clip. To do this, we'll select Nano Banana Pro as our model and use this prompt for the first image. The result is exactly what we need. Now we'll use this prompt to generate our ending frame. Perfect. Now we have both images ready to generate our first clip, so let's head over to the video tab. We'll paste both of these as our starting and ending frames, select Kling 3.0 as our model, and set the length to 4 seconds. Now for the prompt. Keep in mind, we don't have to describe the entire scene again. We just need to explain how the transition will occur in between our frames. So we'll keep it simple and easy, and then we'll hit generate. And look at that! The traveler pushing through the desert sandstorm looks incredibly realistic, and the clip is really good overall. Now for clip 2, this is where the transition actually happens. The starting frame is the exact same end frame from clip 1, and I've just generated a new end frame for this using this prompt, and the image looks pretty good. Now we have everything we need to start generating the actual transition. So we'll head over to the video tab, paste both images as our starting and ending frames, and set the video length to 6 seconds this time. And for the prompt, we'll use this. This one is actually pretty comprehensive. Remember, the more specific you are about how the environment shifts between the 2 frames, the better the AI understands what the transition needs to look like. Let's hit generate, and here's the result. The video looks stunning. The transition is incredibly smooth, there's no morphing, and the colors shift naturally, keeping all the details consistent throughout the video. It takes a bit more effort and planning to generate these transitions manually, but when it comes together, the results are genuinely impressive. But what if we want to generate AI videos that have multiple scenes in them and still keep everything smooth and consistent? Because let me be honest with you here, most people who are trying to generate videos like that are still doing it the old-fashioned way. They're using timestamps directly into their prompts like this. But what if I told you that there's another way to generate videos like these, but with much more control and consistency? Inside Higgsfield's Cinema Studio, there's a new multi-shot feature that lets you do exactly that. You can basically break your video down into different scenes, each with their own duration, prompt, and camera motions. And honestly, the end results just look much better, giving you way more consistent results than just pasting timestamps into your prompt. Let me show you a video I generated using this feature. character stays consistent across every single scene, shot with different camera movements, and the scenes actually flow really well into each other. But here's the thing. You can have the perfect camera movements or the perfect transitions, but none of those actually matter if your characters don't feel real on screen. Which brings us to the fourth prompt, character state prompts. This is probably one of the most underrated things that most people overlook, and it's the one thing that separates a decent image from a hyper-realistic one. When most people describe a character in their prompt, they just write something like this, and the results are decent. But sometimes the image still feels AI generated, because the truth is that the best AI images don't just describe what a character looks like on the outside, they also describe their internal state through minute physical details, like their posture, their hand placement, and other micro expressions on their face. The more minute details you include in your prompt, the more realistic your results are going to be. Look at these two images here. The one on the left was generated with just a basic description, and it looks decent. But for the one on the right, I added the internal state details, the posture, the hand placement, the micro expressions, and even physical strain. You can see the clenched jaw, the veins on his forearms, and even his back is slightly arched from the effort, making it look even more realistic. So the next time you're trying to generate a character, don't forget to add all of the minute details you can think of. The more specific you are about what your character is feeling, the more realistic your results are going to be. So once your character feels realistic, the next thing that adds life to your images and videos is the environment around them. This single change can completely transform the mood of your entire video. One of the easiest ways to make your AI images and videos feel more cinematic is simply by adding the right weather and lighting details to your prompt. Look at this example. Everything in the images is exactly the same, except for the lighting. Just look how much more realistic the image on the right looks, with the sunlight falling directly on her face. This is because the weather and lighting in your scene aren't just background details. They actually do the storytelling work in your videos. This works just as well for darker scenes too. Same hallway, same character. But adding that cold moonlight and that flickering light in the background completely transforms the mood of the entire image. And you don't need to overthink this at all. Let me just show you the exact keywords you need depending on the mood of your scene. For realistic daytime shots, you can use keywords like these. For horror and dark scenes, add keywords like these. For sad or rainy scenes, use these. There are tons of other options like this, depending on the mood of your scene. You can just ask any AI tool like ChatGPT or Claude to generate these keywords for you, and it'll give you exactly what you need. Now at this point, we have almost everything we need to create a realistic AI video, but there's still one last prompt that takes everything a step further and can make our videos look straight out of a movie. This last one is director-style prompts, and honestly, these are my favorite out of all 6. The reason this is so cool is that now you can even reference a real movie director or a real film directly in your prompt, and the AI actually understands the entire visual language behind it. For example, I generated this base image of a detective standing in a rainy alley using a basic prompt. It looks decent, but now watch what happens when I add this to the prompt. Just look at how much more vibrant and cinematic that is. The deep teal tones and the neon lights literally look like a shot taken out from the movie Blade Runner itself. And then I tried the same base image and just added this to the prompt. It completely matches the dark and heavy look that David Fincher is known for across all of his films. Same scene, same character, but completely different visuals, just from adding a director reference to your prompt. The best part is that this works with almost any director or film you can think of, which can make your AI videos feel a lot more special and intentional. So those are the only 6 prompts you need to start generating realistic AI videos from scratch. And you don't need to master all of them at once. Just pick 2 or 3 that make the most sense for what you're trying to create right now, and layer on the rest as you go. This is why I love Higgsfield AI. It has tons of new features that aren't available on different platforms, making the whole process of creating AI videos way easier and a lot more fun. If you want to get started, the link is in the description. And now that you know how to generate realistic AI videos, what if you could take these exact same skills and use them to create your own AI anime from scratch? Because AI anime clips are going absolutely viral on social media right now, and the results are honestly insane. I put together a full breakdown on exactly how to do it, and it's a lot easier than you think. Just click the video on screen, and I'll see you there.